That's something I'm not gonna tolerate. I'm not gonna tolerate a person talking about some today, not the day. What's bussin', guys? So I'm laying down in the bed, and I have my crazy nieces and nephews over here right now. So please do not mind the background noise. However, I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about people and the way people be treating people and talking to people, saying that today is not the day. Like, when is the day even? I believe that if we're having a tough time dealing with a certain type of situation, we do not have the right to take it out on another person. We should not be talking to other people saying that today's not the day. Don't start with me. I'm not in the mood. If you're not in the mood, then you should socially distance yourself from other people. You have the right to not respond when it's something that's bothering you and you don't want to actually talk about it. Because then if you come at someone disrespectfully, like, oh, today's not the day, but then you be like, I don't feel like talking about it. It's like, what is even the point? You can just say, hey, I'm not really in the mood to talk. I'll talk to you another time. Plain and simple. It makes absolutely no sense to me. So I'm laying down because this is my way of getting comfortable, because I just want to have a conversation with y'all. I just want to tell y'all how it is and how I feel. And I'm extremely tired. I've actually been up for 28 hours. So that has me really, really like going. So I love to share experiences with y'all, stuff that I've been through, stuff that I've been going through. So, for example, one thing that I mentioned, someone texting me telling me they're not in the mood because they're going through something rough. Now, look, if you're having a rough time, once again, just let the person know you don't feel like talking. You can do that in the most simplest, respectful manner. You don't have to be rude to them. You don't have to say, oh, I'm not in the mood to talk to you right now, so I'm not going to talk to you. Because then that just creates conflict. And then if your energy is so high and so strong and so dominant as you say that it is, then by all means, protect your energy. Stop allowing other people to affect that. That's the problem. People don't know how to actually focus on their own situation. People don't know how to actually socially distance themselves. People don't know how to actually center themselves. Meaning, if someone is making you uncomfortable and you don't feel like they're going to listen to what you have to say, then just socially distance yourself. If you don't want to, we are not obligated to be friends with people in this world. That's what people need to understand. There's no obligations. There's no ties to anybody, regardless if they're family or not, blood or not. That does not mean anything. That doesn't mean that you're forced to talk to them. You have the freedom of speech. This is your mouth. This is my mouth. I say what I want to say. You either listen or you don't, and then you respect me or you don't. That's just how it goes. If you're not respecting my boundaries, if you're not respecting my rules of my lifestyle, then you will not be in the picture. That's just plain point blank, simple as that. One thing I really dislike is when a person tries to read you based off of nothing. Based off of facial expression. For example, I'm looking like this. That looks like, what the heck? Or what are you saying to me? Like, we make different facial expressions for different reasons. However, my faces don't mean what they look like. Like this face right here, this could look like I'm surprised. I use that face for stuff that's like not necessarily surprised, like, oh my god, like, oh my god, surprise. Like, no, I use the same face for interesting. Really? Wow. Huh. Okay. I never really thought of, I never really thought of that way. Like, you can't judge me just based upon what my face look like, because my face is not always gonna say everything. Some people, their face do. Like, you look at their face and you know exactly what they thinking about. However, if you've never been in my presence, you can't say what you feel through the phone. Like, some people like to say, like, for example, I know empaths. They always think they know everything. Not to downplay your abilities, but you're not always 100% correct. Just because I may sound disappointed in something or may have a disappointed look on my face does not mean I'm disappointed. Facial expressions don't always match up with the feelings. Words don't always match up with people's actions. So what make you think that everything's going to be perfectly aligned? really answer me that question. You can't be rude to people when you're having a rough day. You need to go deal with that stuff and leave other people alone. You can't be sitting up here trying to be rude to me, be rude to anybody else, because then that makes them not want to talk to you. That makes them not want to have a conversation with you. You got to be straight up. If you don't want to be dealing with it, then don't deal with it. You're not obligated to do so. However, do not take it out on the person. Like I say, sorry for stuff that people be going through. We all go through stuff though. We all going through storms. Everyone's going through a storm. We're all trapped inside with this COVID-19 BS going on. We need to all stay safe and sanitary. And if you work, good for you. If you don't, I'm sorry. If you got laid off, sorry about that. Like, hopefully this is over very soon, because people need to be out in the world. We need to go outside and smell the roses and not be afraid that this person that's about to walk past our house can possibly touch us and infect us, or cough in the air, and we're ready to duck, scared, and get back inside the house. We shouldn't do that. We should really like be able to go out in the world and explore things and actually enjoy being out in the world, and not have to worry about, oh, we're gonna catch some disease. I see it like this: there's so many viruses in the world. There are, but that's just a whole nother level, a whole nother YouTube for another time. However, just stay safe, please. Please, everybody, just stay sanitary, stay home, stay safe. Just follow the rules, stuff like that. Another thing is that everybody does not open up and tell you about what they're dealing with. That is completely fine. If you don't feel like you want to open up to a person, and because y'all developing a friendship, then okay. Then you don't have to. No one's asking you to open up. Maybe they may have asked once, but if you don't open up when they ask the first time, they're not going to keep pressuring you. Unless that's the type of person they is. Like, I'm not that type of person. If I ask you something one time, you say, I don't really want to talk about it. I'm be like, okay, we don't want to talk about it. I'm not gonna force you to talk about anything you don't want to talk about. We cannot do that to people. That is not acceptable. That's very unacceptable. Like, you really cannot be out here. And then for those of y'all that try to jump to assumptions and conclusions before a person finishes their full thought, you are disrespectful, and I have no respect for you. I have no respect for you. Why? Because you think that you know everything. And you don't. You can't jump to an assumption. That's assuming. You're assuming before a person even gets a chance to say anything. You assuming, you think that they're going to say something, and then they don't say it. Then what do? You don't apologize. Even though you looked very stupid, you don't apologize. You don't say sorry for jumping to conclusions. Like, I don't like that. You don't apologize. You don't say anything. You just be like, quiet until they tell you what they were gonna say. That's not nice. I don't take too kindly to stuff like that. Listen, I'm a very positive person. Even in a negative environment, I still thrive. It doesn't matter to me where I am. I'm still going to stay on my path. When I came here, I've been out in Gary for 2 days. I mean, the first 2 days I was here. I've been here for 2 weeks, sorry. The first 2 days, however, I was here was the toughest 2 days of my life. Okay? I wanted to murder everyone. Figuratively speaking, of course. It just really was a tough for me, It really was like, oh my goodness, I haven't been around this much negative energy in a long time. So I didn't know how to really handle myself, so I kind of was like upset, but I was having mixed emotions. The second day, it was like I almost exploded. And then by the third day, I was like, yo, I need to meditate. I need to sage the house. I pulled out the sage. I turned on the meditation music. And I saged the entire house. From that day forth, everything has been smooth sailing. Now, this is why I'm saying this, because we have to understand everyone is different when it comes down to what they believe spiritual wise, and everyone is on a different level and vibrate differently. We don't vibrate on the same level. Do not ever for once believe to think in your mind that you vibrate higher than me, because I don't believe that I vibrate higher than anyone. Even if that's the case, I would never say nothing like that. I would never honestly be like, well, I vibrate higher than you. Because the fact of the matter is, we have so many chakras that we need to align. Your crown chakra can be on a whole nother level than mine. But my sacral chakra can be on a whole nother level than yours. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's levels to this stuff. It's levels. You can't just assume automatically, oh well, I'm better. No, no, no. Like they say, when you get a job and you know you have certain requirements, there's certain requirements, certain things that they acquire and require. Pardon me, require. And some parts of that you have, you obtain it. Some, and some parts you may not. So you're here to learn. It's always a learning experience in every situation. Every day-to-day situation is always a learning experience. No one is better than another, and no one can tell you how far along you are on your spiritual journey, whereas where they are. No one can tell you how much you read the Bible versus how much they read the Bible. They don't know what you do. Especially if you're not airing your laundry with everyone. Especially not telling everybody your business. They only going off of what they assume and what they think. That's why I don't like people that assume and jump, to assumptions. That makes, to me, makes no sense. Give a person a chance to actually express who they really are and show you them true selves before you assume who they truly are. You don't know me. I don't know you. But we can get to know each other. And how do you get to know each other? By being around each other and asking questions. I was told that I asked too many questions. Um, how else do you get to know someone? Please comment below. How Tell me multiple ways you get to know someone, right? Please, because I'm really curious as to what other way you get to know someone other than asking them questions. Right, we just had to have a moment of silence for that because I'm really just it really, really took me aback because I'm just like, really? That took me by surprise. Like, did you really just say that you don't get to know anybody by asking them questions? So you're telling me you guys just have conversation, you just randomly talk about stuff? Oh, my favorite color is this, and like, how would you feel someone just start randomly talking about something and you didn't even ask them a question? That's like if someone just randomly puts their input on something that you did not ask input on. I'm this doesn't sit well with me. I really want someone to comment and tell me, how do you get to know someone? I want to know how other people actually get to know people through music, because my music says a lot. However, just because you listen to my music doesn't mean you know me. That just means you know a part of me, a part of who I am, a huge part, in fact. But you don't know me fully. It is proven that it takes a full lifetime, even for a married couple, to know each other. It takes that long. It's proven by science. Like, I believe in science, and I believe it really does take that long. I feel like unless you're really around that person all the time, you start to learn their ways. But also, you never know a person. No matter how close you think you are, you never fully know them 100% to the T. Why? Because people evolve every day. Every day, people are forever changing. So you can never say where I was yesterday, whereas where I am now. You can say, when you knew me, I listened to rock music. That doesn't mean I listen to rock music now. I do listen to rock music. Just an example. I love rock. But that doesn't mean that you know me. You know a genre of music that I listen to. You don't really know anyone. You can only hope that you get to know them as much as possible, or as well as possible, at least certain things about them. Let's take a nap, guys. Let's take a nap. Need a little nap. Like I mentioned, I've been up for freaking 26 hours. My guys, it's probably 28 hours now. I've been up for way too long. That's just all I know. I need some sleep, some serious sleep. I mean, like Sleep and Beauty, that type of level. And guys, this another thing. If you and someone does not agree on something, please at least try to understand their point of view. Don't just shut them down because you disagree. Because it's okay to disagree. You don't have to always agree on stuff, and you're never going to agree 100% on every single thing. I like celery plain, but I know people that have to have celery with ranch, otherwise it's disgusting. I know people that have to have celery with peanut butter, otherwise they won't eat it at all. I know someone that eats watermelon with salt, someone that eats watermelon with hot sauce, someone that just eats plain watermelon. People that eat fries with ice cream, oh my goodness, that's good though. That's a good mixture. I'm people. And we all have our different view on things, but we have to be open-minded. When you're open-minded, you give things a chance, you hear people's point of view, you hear their side. I will listen to anyone's side before I shut it down. I will let you talk. It's nap time, guys. You have the right to tell me whatever you feel. Tell me however you feel. I will listen. However, that should be reciprocated, honestly. I have the worst lighting right now. It is what it is, though. I'm always my natural self when I get on YouTube. Doesn't matter. I'm never going to be nothing other than who I am, period. Like me, love me, hate me, dislike me. I'm still going to be me. I'll still be here. Anyway, as I mentioned, I just don't like that stuff. Like, you have to be an if you say you're an understanding person, then be an understanding person. Be what you say you are. Don't sit up here and be like, I'm this, I'm that, and then you're not any of those things. And then when it comes to spirituality, it's different levels, as I mentioned. There's levels to this. So you can't tell anyone how far along they are on their spiritual journey, whereas where you are. And also, age does not mean anything. So if you're 35 and someone is what? Let's see. 35, let's give it a good amount of space. So say someone's 35 and then it's a person 25. Give them about 10 years. If you're 35 and a person's 25, that does not mean that they know any less than you. That does not mean that you know more than them. That does not mean that you have been through more than them, because people could have been and people have been going through stuff since before time. Okay? There's so much sad things going on in the world. They could have went through so many more events than you. You can be 35 and not have been through everything. You can be you can be you can be literally 25 and been through everything, seen everything there is to see. You know, I don't want to mention the unknown, but everyone gets my point. It's a lot of things in this world that can be going on that someone could have experienced to make them. I know people that's 16 years old that talk and they speak life, and I'm just like, how do you even know that? People try to tell us, oh, well, you're only this age, you don't know that. I remember as a child, my parents will always say, oh, you're only 12, you're only 10, you're only 16, how do you even know these things? The mind evolves every single day. And then there's also an internet. We can look up so many things, read so many things. you know some things are fabricated, however some things are factual. So you have to be able to differentiate and decipher between those. And that's the thing about it. You can never tell someone they haven't been through as much as you, because and then also it's not a comparison. This isn't a game. This is life. Okay, we don't have to sit up here and be like, oh well. And it's not a tit for tat. Oh, I've been through more than you, so I know more. That's not true, because you could have been through all these things and still be the most childish person in the world. You could have never been through anything, so you don't know how to be. It's so many concepts to it. It's so much deeper than what people make it out to be. So y'all need to learn respect. Like, respect is given as it's received. I give off what you give me other than my energy. You can't drain my energy. You can't take my energy. I One thing that I can't stand is when people say, "Oh well, since you're spiritual, you shouldn't be so angry." No, people still blow me. People still get on my nerves. In lamest terms, people still irritate the heck out of me, and I'm just like, I distance myself. You know what? You're getting on my nerves. I'm gonna leave. You know, Especially those that don't want to talk about it. And then when someone speaks, you can tell. You can tell when they're speaking how aggressive their tone gets, how it becomes so aggressively and they start to raise their voice. You can tell how devastated they are. Tone is everything. So me speaking in an aggressive tone is because I'm very passionate about what I'm discussing with you guys. I'm very passionate about it. However, being aggressive does not mean I'm yelling, I'm hollering, and I'm being disrespectful. No, it's just an assertive term. I can say assertive instead. It's an assertive thing about me because I want a person to understand that I'm serious. Because if you're just like, well, like, you sound insecure in your words, you don't sound very confident. And when you lack confidence in your conversation, people tend to try to run over you. When you're baffled and you sometimes stutter over things that you say, people take you as a joke sometimes, and people take it as you don't mean what you're saying, or you're afraid to say what you need to say, or say what needs to be said. You're afraid you're going to say the wrong things. People take it like that, and it's just, I'm just taking a nap on everybody. Like, good night. I be sleeping off stuff like any type of pain, any type of anything. Like, so I talk to my best friend about it, talk to my spouse about it. And then if I don't feel like talking about it, I go to sleep. I just want to know what everyone thinks. What do you think? What do you believe? You think it's okay to be like, I'm having a rough day. Don't text me. Like, do you think that's okay? Do you guys think that's okay? I'm sorry. Pardon my language. Do you think it's acceptable to just say, hey, forget you? I'm not going to mess with you. We're not going to be friends anymore. I don't care, because I'm having the roughest day possible. No, that's not acceptable. Because then you can't allow one day to ruin an entire friendship, or a potential friendship, or a relationship between a family member and you. One day does not define all the time. Once out of every time does not define who a person is. I can say I'm spiritual all day long and then meditate once a month. That doesn't mean I'm any less spiritual than anybody else. Maybe that's just my routine. It's not, but maybe that is. But you can't say, oh, well, you're not as spiritual as me because you only meditate once a month. I can meditate every single day, and someone say, you meditate too much. It's all about society is something. That's the thing about it. People are going to judge you regardless. Whether it's either too much for them or too little for them. It's never going to be enough. It's never going to be an in between when it comes down to society and what society views things, especially when they view things as what's normal. Because what I believe is normal is asking questions to get to know someone. What others believe is normal is not, which to me, that's confusing. Having expectations is not bad. You can have expectations. We all should have expectations. Why? Because we all should expect a better life. We all should expect better living, better for ourselves. Never dim your light. Never settle for less than what you deserve. Never allow anyone to disrespect you or talk to you in a certain manner. You have to let that be. You have to put your foot down in the beginning, because it appears that when you don't, they try to run over you. They try to talk to you. They try to be like, oh, well, you were being nice. When you're nice from the beginning, and then you have a day where you're they say something that really triggers you, and you go off, that will make them stop being friends with you, because they'll be like, well, you've been nice every single day. No, 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 be your authentic self. And the thing is, people either gonna accept you or they're not. It's supposed to be your good, your bad, your beautiful, and your ugly. If you can't accept me for all parts of me, why would I even want to be entertained by you? Why do I even want to engage in conversation with you? Why do I even want to be around you? You can't be one of those people that want to want to have someone listen to you, but you won't listen to someone. But if you're a bad listener, then say that. That's another thing. If that's something, then say that. We need to be more open. Everyone wants to be so standoffish, closed off, shut down because they've been hurt before. They want to be sheltered. They want to, I understand protecting yourself and protecting your energy, but being closed off and sheltered and treating everyone the same when you first meet them because you feel like everyone is the same, that's your perception on life. You speak your own things into existence. If you believe everyone's going to be the same, everyone is going to be the same. If you believe, okay, everyone's different, let me give people chances, then believe that and do that. If it's something that they do that you don't like, you need to state it right away. I dislike people that say, hey, they wait weeks, 2 weeks into 2 weeks into something, and then they tell you something about something that you did 3 weeks ago. And then it's like, what? And then what's funny to me is when they say it's a lot of things, but they only mention one thing. Please explain to me, how is it a lot? You're saying it's a lot of things, but you only mention one thing to me, and now you're baffled. Now you can't. Now you're um. Now you're stuttering. You don't know what else because you brought this upon yourself. You're telling me that it's multiple things that you're telling me there's multiple things that I do that you dislike. However, you can't say what it is that you dislike. Just one thing. I just strongly dislike when people do that. When they say, oh, you do a lot of things I dislike. Once again, say it in the beginning. Stop waiting to the end. Quit telling people at the last minute, I dislike that. Especially if you're dealing with me. If we're becoming friends, if we are friends, if we are family, and it's something I do that you don't like, tell me right then and there. A time is never right, okay? Get that concept out of your head. A time will never be right for anything. You can think, oh, this is the perfect time. And then everything underneath the galaxy and the stars happens. So you can't always think that the time has to be set. Essence of time. Time is of the essence. Period. Point blank, period. Okay? Time is what you make of it. I said this in my song. Time is of the essence. Time is what you make of it. It's my time, I came to win. Ain't no competition. My time is elegance. My time, I delegate. Positively demonstrate. Hey, money pushing weight. And so much more, but that's a little preview. I'm just basically what I'm stating. Time is what you make of it. If you say the time is not perfect, who knows when the perfect time? Think about it. People die every day. Someone just died right now in this second. That's sad. Okay? But people are dying every day. And I'm not talking about due to what's going on currently in the world. I'm talking about in general, just from natural deaths. People are dying. You don't know what the time is. Like if you love someone, tell them that you love them. If you dislike someone, you don't have to tell them that. You don't have to even be around them. Just distance yourself from that. Just tell them, I wish you the best and move on with your life. You know, what is time? What is time? Because when you wait stuff, I this is my thing. When you wait to do stuff, think about this. You go to the store and you see something that you love. Oh my God, I love this jacket. Oh my God, this jacket is so beautiful. I should buy it. And then you question yourself, do I really need it? Do I really deserve it? Should I have it? I'm going to come back next time. I'm going to pick it up. They'll have it. And then you go back next time and that jacket's gone. Now you're like, darn it. I should have got it when it was there. Right, because the best part about it is if you buy something from a store and you love, you can buy it. You can try it on before you buy it and look in the mirror and see if you really like it or really want it. Then say you took that step and you buy it, you go home and you start to put your outfit together and then you put this jacket on and you're like, I actually dislike it. You take it right back off, put it back in the bag, take it back to the store and get a refund. You don't get that with time. You don't get that with telling someone something. You don't get a refund on life. You don't get refunded your time. You don't get refunded money back for investing in someone. You don't get money back for that. Unless it was physical money that you invested in them and you guys made a plan together and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna invest in you. You guys get the point. You don't get it back. So you're supposed to use your time wisely. You have to use your time wisely, okay? Be mindful, okay? You don't have to marry a person right away. But when you know you want to marry them, why do you wait? Why do people wait 2-3 years? Like, you've known you wanted to marry them 3 years ago. Why did you wait 3 years to ask them to be your fiance? You know what I'm saying? Like, people say that some things are too fast, but I believe some things can be too fast or too slow. But then again, it's just all how you view it. It's your perception. Some people click and be in love at first sight seriously. They actually go out and have a wonderful time, amazing time. I know people right now, couples right now, they got married after being together for 6 months and they're happy. And then now they're going on, what is it? It was 6 months. Now they've been married for 6 years. They've been married for 6 years now. I think it's 7. This is 2020. Yeah, they've been married for 7 years now. From only being together for 6 months, being proposed to, been married for 6 years. Things happen like that, Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. But it's all about taking the chance, taking the risk, living your best life. Don't put yourself in, an uncomfortable situation. However, we do need to take chances on stuff. But jumping back to telling me when it happens right then, I don't believe in waiting for stuff like that. Because then that means when you tell me later on, I'm going to get upset. Why didn't you tell me in the beginning? That's like someone consistently poking you over and over and over again with a needle in the same place. Like as if you're getting a tattoo and you're not really getting a tattoo. They're just nagging, irritating, hitting that same nerve over and over again. And you wait, and then you finally let it build, and then you blow up, and you're just like, oh my gosh. I want you to tell me the first time. Just like how if you have a nail or a needle and you pop a balloon, it pops instantly. That's what I want. I want the pop effect, okay? I want me to do something, and if it bothers you, you tell me right then. I don't mean in front of everybody, if it is everybody around, just pull me to the side. You can ask me, hey, let's, can we go talk for a second real quick? I'm not going to be like, no, we're not going to go talk real quick. No, I'm going to say, okay, let's go talk real quick. What's bothering you? What's going on? What's on your mind? I'm going to do that type of stuff. And so when that happens, we're going to go to the side. You're going to tell me, well, I don't like when this happens, because I'm involved in this type of situation and it makes me uncomfortable. And I'm going to say, oh, I didn't know you felt like that. Yeah, you just did it right now. This hasn't been repetitive. This is my first time seeing you do it. I just wanted to let you know ahead of time before it becomes a repetitive thing. And then I'm going to be like, okay, I understand. You got it. You see what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. However you wait, it's going to be like this. The conversation goes like this. Because when people wait, that means they wait until they're angry to tell you. That means they wait until stuff has built up and they can't take anymore to tell you how they really feel. And they wait. And then they finally, you know what? It's a lot of stuff that you do that irritates me. And one of the things that you do that irritates me is wear mismatched socks. And now you're wearing mismatched socks today. Again, I don't understand why you're doing that. That irritates the heck out of me. I wish you would take those socks off and get matching socks. Like, that really bothers me. And because not only do you wear mismatched socks, but one of the socks is always my sock. So that's why it bothers me, because that means now I'm forced to wear mismatched socks, and I'm not comfortable with that. So either buy your own socks and mismatch them, or just wear regular socks, please. Then in that case, you're going to be like, well, why didn't you tell me that these mismatched socks were bothering you the first time that you seen them? The first time you seen my socks was mismatched, you was like, oh, those are cute. Oh, they long socks too? Okay, those tube socks, they look nice. They look good on you. Oh, they match your sandals. Because the scenario has changed. You're in another situation. You're feeling grumpy already. So everything to you is just piling up. Like when you're already angry and then you notice something else that never really bothers you, it's going to bother you 10 times harder. And the person's going to make it feel like it's your fault when it's not. Once again, if you're having a bad day, do not talk to me unless you want to express to me why you're having a bad day, because I will ask you. I will definitely say, hey, what's going on? How are you feeling today? I'm having a shitty day. Oh, do you want to talk about it? If you say no, I'm like, okay, that's fine. What can we do to make your day better? I'm not the type of person that keep going on. Well, maybe you should do this. Maybe you should. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to recommend what you should do unless it's something positive. Unless I know you're a spiritual person, I'm going to say maybe you should meditate. Maybe that will help you out a little bit. Set up some crystals. Maybe write down some manifestations. These are all just suggestions. Don't mean you have to do it. Just means that it's a possibility, just throwing some pointers out there, just throwing some stuff out there that can possibly help you, just in case, because I don't know what your strategy of coping is, being that you don't discuss it with me. We have to keep those type of things in mind, okay? You never know what someone else is dealing with. So how dare you come at them because you're dealing with something? You both can be going through something on the same day, but they're the type of person that doesn't let that show. They're the type of person that keeps those type of things to themselves, or they vent it to their best friend or their mother or sister or spouse. So that's why you wouldn't notice, because now you're going through something and you feel that what you're going through is way important than what they're going through. That's just how it is. That's just how I see it. And it's okay to agree to disagree on things. If you agree to disagree, it's still agreeing. So we just agreed to disagree. We agreed on something. That's a step in communication. You can't be bashing the person when they're talking to you. I don't like people that interrupt me when I'm having a conversation with someone. Don't interrupt me. Like, let me talk. If I'm talking to you about something, why are you sitting up here cutting me off, and then I forget my train of thought, and now we're back here with this, and we're going back and forth, blah, 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 blah. Like, let me finish my conversation. Because otherwise, I'm going to look at you like you're crazy. Like, don't try to make me feel small. Like, what I'm saying doesn't matter. I don't like when people do that. Now I'm over here sitting here looking stupid because you saying crazy stuff to me. It doesn't make any type of sense to me. And then some people get very big headed. You know what I'm saying? About stuff. And then they get all in their feelings and be saying all kind of crazy stuff. And you just be like, can you tone it down a little bit, please? Tone it down. Tone it down. Tone it down. I don't know. I just feel like, honestly, that's just me. Because then people get aggressive when you talk to them aggressively. They want to fight, and someone gets knocked out. Now they're all dizzy. Everything's going crazy for them now. Like, guys, I'm very corny. You know this. It. We need to just have love and peace. And if it's something that's bothering you, talk to the person about it. Do not hold it in. Don't wait until the next day. It's about love and peace. Do not wait. Please let them know right when you're feeling it, because you wait and then don't come at them disrespectfully. Just pull them to the side, have a conversation with them, let them know, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm dealing with. This is something that is bothering me. This is something I need to express to you. This is something I want to share with you. It's okay to be open. That's why people that are standoffish and people that are closed off will not flourish in certain environments, because they're not open to the possibility of those things. You see what I mean? I get it. People are sheltered and closed because of their past, but you can't bring your past into the present, because then you miss out on something brand new in front of you. A great friendship. So if you're having a bad day, do not take it out on the other person. Just socially distance yourself and breathe. Don't forget to breathe, because people forget to breathe all the time. You got one life to live. Live it at your fullest. Y'all see me, I'm goofy. And I don't care. So live your life. Be free, be goofy, be you, be who you are, be true to you are. Don't let nobody compromise that. Don't accept nothing that you don't want to accept. Don't tolerate anything. It's okay to have expectations. Don't let anyone downplay it. And don't let them call it something that is not. It's a difference between certain words. Some people don't know how to use them. Hope, it's a difference between hope and expectations. If you hope for something, for someone to do something, it's not the same as you're expecting someone to do something. You hear how that sounds? Not the same. So be you, be true to you, love you, be free, because I'm going to be free. I'm going to be me always, as I can be. Goofy, Imani. So it's nothing but love, peace, and abundance. Everybody, love yourself. Be open. Be honest. Okay? If something's bothering you, let it out. Just do it in a respectful manner, please. All right, guys. Love, peace, and abundance. Bye.